Hey guys, we're here with Yousef, who just finished first place undefeated 3v3 case tourney with Tearlaments. What are your thoughts on the deck for the first one?
It's not a tier 1 deck, but it's a fun deck, and if you have a lot of time into the deck, you know the interactions, you'll have an advantage over your opponent.
Okay, awesome. Let's just get to the list then.
Alright, great. So my team went undefeated, and I also went undefeated today. I play a big Tearlaments, Kashtira package. I'm playing 1 field spell, 2 unicorn, 2 Fenrir, 1 birth. This is not a brick because you often mill stuff. I've milled Fenrir, bring back Fenrir, search tier cache all the time. They're just standard cards, good for when you get shifted. Play an Imseti package for Horus. We play Happy because the return from Banished, even though Duamatef is better in other decks. We also play Walls. A lot of the time I will get Walls. Walls search Imseti. Imseti pitch like a bad card in my hand. The other good thing about Walls is when you draw the secret card, the hard brick that you'll see, you can put it back. So this is pretty good. Helps you play through Nib if you can put up your Toad first. We play 3 Mali, just pitch off Imseti and a Shuffler. Just unlimited, it's a level 6. It pairs well with your Fiendsmith stuff. Sometimes I'll have like an Engraver on Mali on the field. People will think, thinking here. And I know they have Nib, they don't realize I can't even make DDD with this, but that's fine. Then we play the field spell package. We actually have 2 Rainbow Bridges. I was told this makes no sense. You're sending it off goods. How are you playing 2?
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense, but part of this deck is you gotta make it a little bit no sense, and you gotta, you gotta roll with it, right? So anyway, this searches this plus any field spell. So oftentimes you dump this off goods or Imseti, you get Walls if you don't have Imseti, and you play. Also an Aqua, that's why I play this one. You play a lot of field spells with a cash one, so it's pretty good. Only 2 Engraver, Lacrima, Trax, Paradise, Lurry. Why are you playing 2, not 3 and 16? Honestly, drawing this, it's not even that great. All my other cards are so good, I don't even want to draw this. I make Moon almost every time. So that's standard. Now we got the tier cards, 2 Planet, 3 Rhino, 1 of each name, 3 Cash, Traps, 2 Sulliek, 1 Meta Noise, and I guess Trivi Karma, which honestly is like an card. 3 Scream, standard. What else are you gonna play?
It's not my fault.
Then we got power spells. 3 Droplet. You have a lot of cards you want to dump, so it goes crazy. 3 Thrust. Thanks for Derek for letting me borrow them. This searches your power spells. Sometimes, people are waiting to hold Ash for your grass. So you can activate Thrust, and if you see them hesitating, whatever, sometimes they get tracked instead of grass, and they think, oh, I'll hold. They won't Ash the track, but they'll Ash the grass. Get the tracked, dump the trap, the Rainbow Bridge, and then play from there. And they're still holding Ash for the next game. I don't know. 3 goods, send all your good stuff. 2 talents, the grass, the called by, and the black goat. I've looped this with Happy. I've activated it on the field, then later next turn activated it in the grave, and then later in a grind Happy added it back and then set it. Kind of a crazy card. So that's it. You don't worry about optimizing it too much. Just roll with it and play funny stuff and bait hand traps. The theory behind this deck is there's so much gas. Like these Ryziel Fiendsmith, they put up a few interruptions and they're nice and hand traps. If you just have too much gas, it just doesn't matter. So you can basically break any board. Fusions, Kaleido, Mud, Dragos Tapelia. This can be made off sequence. Don't forget, that's pretty cool. Toad Bahamut, which goes with the Mud Dragon. I try to do this right away, just to start playing around Nib. And then we got the Zombie Vampire and the Pilgrim Reaper. This is what I make with 2 6s. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's just another piece of the puzzle. So when you have your Lacrima after you Requiemed, you go attach sequence, you make Necroquip, and then you go, what's the 6 hero guy? Malicious. And then you make this with this. Try to get the draw on this as much as possible. Now you still have your engraver engrave, again, to play through nib if necessary, and you make sequence at the end. You try to get Toad, you try to then go into the sequence plays. And then obviously you have the Fiendsmith cards. I do play this with the Moon of the Closed Heaven. When you're playing a funky deck, people just don't know. You activate it, and they honestly have no idea if you're playing it, so it's pretty cool. And then, honestly, this card's amazing. Why? Because it's a level 2. After I make it every time, I make sprint at the end, and then I go sprint dump. Or honestly, when I'm going first and they've hand trapped me, or I've milled them, and I see like a Rise card in the grave, I don't want them to special sort. So it goes sequence into SP into sprint is like how I end every turn. And then sometimes I have a sprint bounce, which is nice. So that's basically it. We will go to the side deck. So what do we lose to? We lose to 3 things. Malice. This is also an anti-malice card. This is also an anti-malice card. You lose to Dweller. So you play those. I have the 3 droplets. And then I like power spells, so I just added the 3rd talents for going second. To be honest, for going first and second, just when I have something else to take out. Foolish Return, because I couldn't think of anything. So we got the Dweller, we got the Malice. This hits White Binder, right? And then the 3rd thing you lose to is time, so you play this. I only summoned it once, or activated it once today for time, but honestly I was winning that game anyway. It didn't matter. So that's it.
Well, thank you again for the deck profile. Any last shoutouts?
Shoutouts to the X3 drop team and my wife.
Yeah! Shout out Unk.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.